Big reach, but bigger fees. Coinbase is an old hat in the space, and few exchanges are as well known and respected as the boys in blue. Serving millions of users in over 100 countries around the world, the company has grown a lot in the decade since its inception. But is it worth using, and what are the potential pitfalls? Join CoinScan as we get stuck into everything you need to know about Coinbase. Coinbase has a rich and colourful history that is so jam-packed it could easily fill an entire article in and of itself. So CoinScan is here to roll out the cliff notes. Coinbase was founded in June 2012 by American entrepreneur Brian Armstrong, who still heads the company now. After securing a $150,000 injection via an incubator, he was joined by co-founder Fred Ersham, who he met on Reddit. The company really set sail in October of 2012 when it launched its Bitcoin trade service, and then jumped to new heights in May of the following year when it received a cool $5 million Series A injection from Union Square Ventures. Add to this a further $25 million from a bunch of other firms at the end of 2013, and the project was ready to hire its first official employee, Olaf Carlson-Wee, who would go on to be featured in Forbes' 30 Under 30 list. In 2014, the company grew their users to over 1 million, as well as scooping up blockchain service Blocker and web bookmarking company Kipt. They also partnered with some seriously large household names such as Dell, Expedia and Time Inc., who then all allow Bitcoin as a viable payment source. Good job, Coinbase. After a number of further investments, 2017 would prove to be a shining year for Coinbase as they finally received their Bit license, which enabled them to trade in altcoins such as Ethereum and Litecoin, as well as receiving numerous other investments. In May 2018, they reskinned and rebranded GDAX, a trading exchange that they had previously created for professionals in 2015 as Coinbase Pro. Cementing their rise to the top came when in September 2018 they formed a consortium known as Center alongside companies Circle and Bitmain and collectively launched the USD-pegged stablecoin USDC. When it comes to popularity and usage, it doesn't get much bigger than Coinbase. Or does it? There are major inconsistencies when it comes to the exact numbers of people using the platform, and it's actually a bit of an unsolved mystery. On its own website, Coinbase claims that it has over 108 million active users, which vastly contradicts a number of other sites who put it closer to around 14 million. Regardless, the exchange certainly packs a punch when it comes to volume, hitting roughly $1.4 billion per day in volume right now. And annually, the company generates an impressive net income of $3.62 trillion. Not bad numbers considering the cold crypto winter the industry is still trying to thaw out of. In terms of coverage, Coinbase has managed to venture beyond most of its peers, operating in a total of 107 countries, including the US, which has been a sticking point for many other exchanges. Coinbase even managed to pull an Uno reverse card and get Singapore, a staunch advocate against cryptocurrencies, to alter their decision banning their service, and have since begun trading there in November of 2022. Coinbase is celebrated for both its ease of use and streamlined design, particularly on its general app, which is used by most retail traders. It effectively breaks down into two different versions of its service, Coinbase and Coinbase Pro. The former is less of an exchange per se, and more like a cryptocurrency brokerage featuring 107 purchasable assets with an attached wallet, whereas the latter is a full exchange with trading pairs and advanced options such as margin trading, time in force order and limit orders, but no futures trading. The key takeaway is that they are both linked under one account, and joining one gives access to both. Regardless of which version a user joins, both will require new users to complete full KYC verification, but that's all pretty standard fare, and it takes less than 20 minutes from start to finish. Coinbase's main system definitely requires more trading knowledge to navigate without having a panic attack, and it's basically just GDAX designed for advanced users. That said, in terms of navigation and ease of interaction, many believe it to be superior to its leading contemporary, Binance. Fees are where the shine of Coinbase rubs off a little. as it is undeniably one of the more expensive exchanges, particularly when using its regular app version. It is also mind-bogglingly confusing, and Coinbase doesn't help matters by not publishing all of its fees, meaning users have to rely on third-party information from multiple sources. There is a lot to get into on that, so we recommend checking out the handy link to the fees page on the main article. The key takeaway though is that Coinbase will take an unfairly big slice of the pie when using the base app, so it's much better to use Coinbase's own intuitive educational tools and then trade jump into Coinbase Pro, even if it's just to buy a handful of crypto, because it really is just so much cheaper. Coinbase is ahead of the pack when it comes to security. Unlike other companies, FTX, the exchange sends the very clear message that they do not touch their clients' crypto without express prior permission. They also have 24/7 security looking for untoward transactions, two-factor authentication, security passwords, Face ID, multiple approval withdrawals from Coinbase Vault, and even base insurance from generalized crime on the site, such as hacking. That said, when it comes to personal hacking, such as falling for phishing scams, there is no guarantee they'll make you whole, unless you live in the UK, where you get up to £150,000 personal insurance on the site. Aside from an intuitive help section and a direct email support system, Coinbase have a fabled 24/7 customer support line that customers can access worldwide, which, as everyone knows, is worth its weight in gold. Responses are fast, effective, and friendly. Top marks for Coinbase here. It seems you can't have cryptocurrency without controversy. Although compared to other exchanges, Coinbase seems to have kept its nose relatively clean, only stepping in the muck a couple of times, some of which we'll talk about here. In July 22, the exchange tackled a report that it had been selling the US Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, ICE, specific tools to aid tracking and identifying crypto users, and was planning to do the same in Europe. Coinbase vehemently denied the allegations, tweeting that, "We want to make this incredibly clear, Coinbase does not sell proprietary data, and that their tracer tools were designed to support compliance and help investigate financial crimes like money laundering and terrorist financing." On the more personal side, in September, one of Coinbase's product managers, as well as his brother and friend, were arrested for insider trading. During the trial, the brother Nikhar Wahi admitted that he, Ishan Wahi, and their friend Samir Rahmani had profited by making trades in both June 2021 and April 2022 based on confidential information about digital assets the company was planning to let users trade. Now, Coinbase wore the cape in this particular controversy, actively sharing its internal investigation findings with prosecutors to aid the case. Coinbase has been around long enough to have thoroughly earned its place among the exchange elite. It's easy to use and user-friendly, particularly for newcomers. It has a healthy selection of tradable assets, and both its security features and support systems leave competition in the dust. On the other hand, it does have that weird discrepancy in user numbers, and by far its biggest sticking point are its steep and confusing fees on the base app, which quickly add up. That's why CoinScan recommends learning how to use Pro as fast as possible. I'm Stuart, aka the Wordsmith, on behalf of CoinScan.